Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of All Movied Up. My name, again, if you have a new listener, is Russell Schechtel, and I'm here with my partner.
The same.
Russell Schechtel.
I'll just be Russell Schechtel for this one, because we got to change it up. Episode 3, I can't be Parker Normand again.
Why not? Redid my bathroom. Parker Normand, who has been 21 now for...
Yes.
However long.
I don't know. What's the date? I don't even know what the date is.
I think about a week.
It's the 4th.
And I preface it that way.
That doesn't help me.
Because I'm noticing a little bit of change in his speaking patterns. He may be a little bit under the influence now that he's legally able to drink.
I thought you were going to say I'm more coordinated and better. But now you're telling me after no drinks, I sound like I'm slurring my words and I'm drunk all the time. So, you know... Good to be back,
Good
Russell.
to be back,
I'm glad
man.
I'm talking with you after all this time, and you tell me this news. I'll try to make it better for this podcast.
I can't wait for this podcast. So, what do you think? Are we all movied up?
All movied up. Ready to talk about Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This is the second movie in the Monsterverse.
Yeah, so I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, first thing is, Godzilla, King of the Monsters is actually the title of an old Godzilla movie.
I'm sure that won't get confusing if you're searching this.
Yeah, because it'll come up. I think it's like, I don't know, the 80s or 90s or something like that. But my thing is, real quick, before we get into it, I love Godzilla.
Yeah, I like him too.
I love Godzilla.
That's good.
I love King Kong. I love the original movies. I love the 1930s or whatever King Kong, the 1954 Godzilla. I tell my wife all the time, I think it's one of the greatest love stories ever told. Is Godzilla. I grew up watching all the Godzilla monster movies. I grew up watching, I think it was Godzilla 1984, where he fell into a volcano. And I remember curling up in my mom's arms and crying as he slowly descended down into the volcano, dying. Doesn't hold up. I didn't like it back in 1998. But I even watched that Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta tell you something, man. This movie was none of those movies. The only emotion I felt was boredom, if that's an emotion. It was awful.
It is now.
Right?
It's like your Inside Out characters.
Yeah!
Ennui. It's what you would call...
Redid my bathroom. I mean, it was just one of those things where I was like... Our last episode was about this movie called HR Puff and Stuff.
Yeah.
And that's an hour and a half. And I've had my wife and my daughter tell me that I wasted their time. This was 2 hours and 12 minutes that just, I'll never get back.
Oh, yeah.
And I realized that it was a sequel when I got about 15 minutes into it and I said, there's an established story here that I'm missing. And I had to Google, and then when I realized this whole Monsterverse thing, I was like, oh, this is like Marvel with Godzilla and King Kong.
Because it's the sequel to the 2014 Godzilla.
Yeah, I had no idea because when I see these new remakes come out, I kind of say that's for the next generation.
Yeah,
that's not for me anymore because I've seen it.
Yep.
I've seen it many, many times. And you know what? This movie, there was like this much movie and this much Godzilla.
That's one of the things. It's more just like King of the Monsters instead of Godzilla King of the Monsters. That's what it should have been called.
But there was no monsters. There was no king. And I'm getting way ahead of myself
Also, it's
here.
Godzilla, and he's the king of the monsters.
I know, right? It should be like Godzilla, God of Monsters?
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an aneurysm if
All
I
right,
don't
want me
take
to
a breath.
take over?
So you need to take
I'll
over because
take over.
I am like freaking out. Man, this is awful.
He's like about to explode like Godzilla did in the movie. My main problem. I don't have like a main thing I like. I just have a main problem written down. Inconsistency. It's very, very inconsistent. I wrote down with 3 things. Very inconsistent with physics, okay, plot, and the characters.
I'm not smart enough for physics, so...
Well, it's basics. If something happens, okay, you'd expect it to happen again, but then it just doesn't. There will be examples. I can't really explain it without the examples. Like, all right, no, actually, there's a very good example, because this was a meme for the longest time with this movie coming out. It's Godzilla standing in the ocean. You know when when they bring Godzilla back, and then there's the submarine, and he kind of gets out of the water, and he shoots that thing up into the sky. He's standing.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the ocean. He swam up and stood up, and you can see in a previous scene, the submarine is going up, and it's like this complete barren expanse of water.
Yeah.
And it's going up, and then Godzilla's just standing. I'm like, either two things. One, his legs are suddenly like 3 miles long.
Yeah.
Or the same fire that's coming out of his mouth is coming out of his asshole, and he's hovering.
Yeah.
That's the only two things that I could come up.
I just thought he was really good at treading water.
Yeah, well, his legs
he's like
aren't
a duck.
moving, so
He's
his
just
toes
hanging
are.
there, and then Godzilla's little legs are just flapping.
Well, you can see his legs, so like his toes are in the water. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe his toes
Yeah.
are
I mean,
just
he's got
going
big toes.
But compared to Godzilla, who's even bigger than his own toes,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah.
So first of all, let me just get through the 4 things that I kind of like about this movie. This is something that made me laugh. You know, when they're bringing Godzilla back.
Yeah. What a bitch Godzilla was.
New weapon, an oxygen destroyer.
What a bitch. Like, you have like a fight and you die in like 30 seconds. Whatever.
Well, that's because there's an oxygen destroyer.
An oxygen destroyer.
Yeah, I
guess they call
know,
it.
but come on.
Anyway, we'll talk about that in a bit. The Asian guy who sacrificed himself to bring
Ken
back
Watanabe.
Godzilla. Yep,
I like him.
I like him too. He takes this warhead looking thing out. He gets ready to press something on the number pad. I'm ready for this complex code. He presses 1. and then they go things are going. I go, oh, I thought that was really funny. I thought that was like something they just threw in as a joke. Good action overall. There's like scenes. This movie's fantastic at being mindless. So you could put this movie on
You say that again.
and not pay attention, but still know exactly what's happening.
Oh, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need to watch
Yeah.
this. So it is kind of brutal
I was
to
like, Toby Boxman, check this.
actually watch this movie.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so bad is it's watching it is like, Go
My
ahead.
7-year-old
oh no.
has, you know, I'm starting to introduce him to all these anyway, right? So he saw the original Kong, and I've been talking about the original Godzilla, and I showed him the previews. And he's like, oh, you have to read this? Because, you know, it's
Yeah, subtitle.
subtitled. And I was like, yeah. He's like, cool. And it's in black and white?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I showed him the trailer for King of Monsters, and he just went, that doesn't look good. My 7-year-old, who is used to the YouTube
Which is this
world-
movie's made for.
Yeah. It's just like mindless action and all this other crap. And then he prefers a subtitled black and white 71-year-old movie compared to this. He made it 15 minutes into the film, but he was like, I'm going to go downstairs and play.
Well, Lewis is built very different
He
compared
is.
to a lot of other kids. He's
That's
watched
true.
way more movies than even adults have.
That's true.
So he's different. You got to compare it to like, you know, someone who isn't your kid.
Okay. That's fair.
Either way, it's 7 years old. You don't
you
have too much experience with
Not
things.
too
so.
much.
I thought also this is not really a thing I like. It's just something I noticed. It's like a decent middle movie because with this whole MonsterVerse thing is the Godzilla, the first one from like 2014, wasn't actually that bad. I thought it was all right. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
So was Godzilla like a bad guy in the first one and like was just destroying things?
Yes, he was a bad guy, but also a good guy because one, he's just not good in general. Also, there's an even worse thing in that
Gotcha.
movie that he's like preventing, but that doesn't make him good. You know, he's like a bad guy who did a good thing. That's really it. So he's bad, but that's one of the problems with this movie is that he's just like a person. He's like a good guy now.
Okay.
Which is kind of what they try to do. Like the first one, like I said, is like there's a worse threat.
Yeah.
There's Godzilla, and then there's good.
Yeah.
You know, he does a good thing by getting rid of him. Whatever.
And is
And
the family in this one in that first one?
No.
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 Okay.
They just
They just added it and they just said, okay, this is their story from what happened from the first one.
I guess, yeah. This is just
Okay.
like during the first movie, this happened. And then it picks up on that second movie. So it has like no actual connection other than they were in the same city that Godzilla was in during the first movie.
Gotcha. Because I was really confused when Ken Watanabe was like, they had like this council, which was led by CCH Pounder, who is awesome. She's amazing. So shout out to her. But, you know, she was like, are you suggesting that we make him our pet?
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
And then he was like, no, I suggest that, you know,
Will be his.
will be his.
Yeah.
No, we will be his.
And I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I know those. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
And then Godzilla is like nowhere to be found.
Uh-huh.
And then, like here's this human, Ken Watanabe, as you just described,
Yep.
who sacrifices himself. Redid my bathroom. And he like pets him, and then Godzilla gets like a warm heart, and then decides to just, I don't know, fight for the good guys.
Well, the nuke, because
Yeah.
he set off that
Yeah,
explosion.
he like
that,
shot him with all
recharged
the
him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why Godzilla didn't like kill those people though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's like, here you go. Like he doesn't know that he's like charging him up with nuclear power. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. Like he really is like Godzilla's like way too intelligent for like what
For
he is.
real.
But especially in the last movie where he wasn't. He was just this big monster, which
Yeah.
is what you want.
Yeah.
That's why the first one's not that bad. But he turns, and this happens consistently. Even though this is a very inconsistent movie, it's consistently like Godzilla's more of like a human. They treat him like a human, and he also kind of turns into a human in the later movies, like that Godzilla and Kong movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire, which is the most recent one. He's like running like a person, like his arms are coming up. I'm like, all right,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
see, I
like
don't
that's
watch this shit.
that's so stupid.
That's not my Godzilla.
Yeah. Plus, they like, talk to each other through roaring and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So, I have 4 again, not really like, more just observations that I don't dislike. Dislike, I have 42 separate things. So I don't know if I should speed run. I'll just kind of go through it, and if we have to stop.
Yeah,
talk
man.
about-
Here's what I want to hear. I want to hear speed run without any explanation and just go through every single one of them.
Okay. Intro to house scene with Millie Bobby Brown. I'm gonna call her 11 because it's 11.
Yeah, it's 11.
Starting email while cooking makes no sense. In
No
the
wonder why the
courtroom.
bacon burned.
Yeah, I know. Like you just put in AirPods and then start an email chain. You maniac. Anyway, courtroom scene. It suddenly is an option to kill the Titans.
Maybe it's time for the military to put them down.
Like that was a thing they could do the whole time. No, they couldn't do that. And then they didn't do that after. They're like, we gotta kill these gangs. And then when it's time to kill them, they can't kill them. So that was all complete bullshit. Right from the moment it starts, you're like, this is bull. Meeting the dad. When the people from Monarch go to see the dad. What does this guy do? Is his whole job photographing wolves?
I thought he was a sound guy.
I don't know. He
For,
doesn't
like-
do anything.
for, like,
he lives in a
film.
cabin and takes pictures.
Yeah, because he was like getting the audio of the wolves chewing. I thought he was like a National Geographic guy. But apparently he's some fucking scientist because he creates this orca thing that was supposed to help whales communicate,
Yeah.
which then his wife just takes and weaponizes.
Yeah, and also like he for a guy who knows nothing about the Titans, which he claims,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I don't know nothing about your little creatures or whatever.
Talk to your little creatures out there.
He certainly knows a lot about him because he'll like give Monarch tips on how to like
Yeah.
deal with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so who are you? Are you an expert or are you clueless?
Yeah.
I can't tell. That's one of the inconsistencies with this is that character is very inconsistent on what he knows. He doesn't even know what he knows. So that guy sucks. I also don't like him as an actor because he's only in chaos movies and like action movies that aren't very good. What other one? He was like, was it Geostorm? No, he wasn't in Geo. That was Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Which movie was he in? He was in some other like.
I've seen him in a couple, but he was in the show Friday Night Lights. That's where I know that guy from.
Was that a football one?
It is a football
I don't
show,
watch
yeah,
that.
based off of the movie.
Watch
He was like he was like Ron Livingston's fraternal twin. Like that's kind of how I like refer to this guy. Ron Livingston's the guy from
Okay.
Office Space.
Yeah, I know
And
that.
I sit there and I'm like, yeah, they could be fraternal twins.
Also, intro to the like when they're like on the news and it's like that scene on the news where they're like talking about how many Titans there are.
Yeah.
Okay. There's suddenly these Titans, they're just also just in this how'd you find them? There's no explanation. It's like these Titans are all over the world. We're gonna kill them, and then they can't. Underwater intimidation scene. You know when Godzilla's like
Yeah.
going up? The whole building, it's not even a building, I don't know, the whole base, I guess, is shaking. It's like he's coming up, he's just swimming, it's like everything's like resonating.
It's an intimidation display, like a gorilla pounding its chest.
And then that's happening the whole time. And again, the dad, like, who knows nothing, he's like, lower the shields. I'm like, I wouldn't trust this guy.
Yeah.
He just claimed he doesn't know anything. So why would we do that? But they do it because why not? Ooh. And then Godzilla's like, backs away. He's like, yeah. His light show stops. And I'm like, woo, that was a close one. And then he's like right next to the thing. He's like, meh, and then does it again. Well, that was interesting. So I'm like, wait. So when he's slowly swimming, the whole building's like shaking. Only when the lights are on, I guess. But as soon as his light shows off, I'm guessing when the lights went off, he like swam real quick up to the thing. And then when the lights came back on, everything shook again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, are the lights Godzilla's making on his back making things shake?
Oh.
I was thinking about that. It's like a weird thing. It's like a weird niche little detail.
Yeah.
But this movie is full of niche little details that don't make any sense. And it piles up into this big blob of shit.
I find it amazing that you recognize that because I probably just zoned out and was like, this is fucking stupid already.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to like, I was like trying to look out for stuff because I knew there was a bunch of stuff wrong with it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but until you like really pay attention, you're like, oh yeah, that's one of them. Let's go on to like the ice. You know when they're in like Antarctica?
Yeah.
That whole scene makes
Not
no
a single
sense.
penguin, by the way. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, here's the thing. That whole scene doesn't make any sense because why would they pick? It's King Ghidorah, which is the three-headed Hydra thing. King Ghidorah. Why would they pick that Titan over the other ones? Because apparently it said earlier in the movie that there's so many other ones everywhere that could do way more damage. You pick a very isolated Titan in ice, no pun intended, just trapped in ice. So one, way more difficult to get to. Two, way more difficult to get to any area in the world. Like there are there's like one in Munich, Germany.
Yeah.
Do that one. Why are you doing this one? It's so random. They just decide to do that one. It seems like they have no like actual like logic compared to, or like they're not methodical at all to how they release them.
It's only because those were some of the most popular monster movies. Was Godzilla vs. Ghidorah, and then
so they watched the old movies in the movie,
and then just threw it in there. Like they just took it, and like the creators of the movie just decided to just take what works and throw it in there, and it's like buzzwords.
But it's just well,
it makes no sense.
It's like
it's
why?
stupid.
Well, at least make it a reason. They know something about King Ghidorah, but they make it a whole. There's a whole scene, a whole point that they know nothing about this.
Because
so
it's Monster Zero.
Yeah, there's literally no reason to pick that one. Other than random chance, they just like, we'll do this
Random
one.
chance.
Which is stupid, which is lazy writing.
Yeah.
So it's bad regardless.
It is. Well, and then also you take a movie like Godzilla, and then you have like Antarctica, you have Munich, you have China, right? And then it's just like the whole ending takes place in Boston. Like
Fenway.
Fenway Park. Like the most least exotic. So like those writers have to be from like Boston, because like the only people that put Boston in a movie,
they even like reference donkeys.
Yeah, for real. Like it's a Bostonian person, which is just don't even get me started on like Boston. But like Jesus pros, like it's just fucking stupid. Yeah. And I think like the same thing. Like it's Monster Zero, so they don't know who Monster Zero is. Yeah. And then Ken Watanabe goes, King Ghidorah, and you're like, well, how do you know? Because you didn't know what it was before.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. All the characters know nothing, but they know everything. It's like they're just pulling this info out of their ass, or they just realized, or like not even, again, either way, it's all bad because just like how it's done, you can have reasoning behind it and all this, like you have to look deep and stuff, but it wouldn't matter because it's just like, what? Yeah. You look at it like, what is going on? Like, I'm so confused. Like, you know how with HR Puff and stuff, how we're talking about this is so confusing? That's confusing in a good way. I didn't realize there was two confusing. There's a bad and a good confusing.
A good point,
this is just bad confusing because it literally just makes no sense. It just doesn't follow rules. At least this follows rules. I'm pointing to this because we just got it last episode. At least HR Puff and stuff follows some rules. This doesn't. This doesn't follow any rules, and this has like a $900 million budget. Not literally, but it has like a really high budget. Huge. So it's like that much more disappointing. If like there was a mistake made in some low budget movie, who cares?
Yeah, well, and that's
movie
the beauty.
You need. Yeah,
that's the beauty of those old monster movies because they were all like B budget movies.
So like you could like if there's a mistake, it's like whatever. It's like it's like if you have a like Lewis for example, like a 7-year-old kid. and he drew a picture for you, and it's not very good. Okay. He's 7 years old. He drew a picture. You're going to love it. You're going to love that picture. Yeah, it's from your son and everything like that. But if some
He's
random...
a good artist, by the way.
Yeah. But if some, 40-year-old dude came up to you and drew the same picture, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
This sucks. This is terrible. He's just like a normal guy who gave you this horrible picture. You'd be like, oh, okay. You wouldn't like it that much. That's my whole point is you have so much more expectation with this movie, but it just continues to disappoint and also just make you confused and you're like, what is going on? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So this movie's full of it. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Lorraine Warren in this movie.
Yeah. What's her, Vera Farmiga.
Yeah. I don't know. 11 and Lorraine are in this movie, which is fire. I won't. No. But, one thing she does, and I'm like, oh God, this lady sucks, is she has the button to make the whole thing explode.
Yep.
And that's to release Ghidorah or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, run. Then explodes her. I'm like, you said run, but didn't give any time.
Run.
It's one joke I played with my friends back in elementary school where we would be outside of recess and we'd have a football. One guy would be facing the other way. We would throw it and be like, look out. And then they turn and get hit by it. So that's literally what it is. Yeah. It's like, all right, run now. It's so stupid. I'm like, this lady sucks. You gave him no time to run.
They're mom of the year too, because
you brought your kid over there.
Yeah, so the son died during the Godzilla attack, but they have the daughter who is 11.
Yep.
And she doesn't communicate with her dad, but that's who she's emailing when she's burning the breakfast. They all end up converging in Antarctica or whatnot. And he calls the daughter over and she goes to leave. And then the mom's like, nope, come stay with me. And then puts her daughter in harm's way.
Yep.
And then the thing is you have Millie Bobby Brown in here. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't make her the focal point of the movie. But it just seemed like when they ran out of stuff to do, they tried to make a story out of that.
Yeah. She's not interesting.
No, not at all.
She's not a very good character.
And I really, no, and it's not her fault. She's good actress, but there's nothing for her at all. And
she's just there.
And my biggest thing was I was like, oh, is this a Stranger Things reunion? Because she's in it, and then the middle school teacher, the guy with the mustache, he's in it.
This thing wants to be born.
He's in it.
And then he gets killed. But then you look at it and you're like, holy shit, this is Stranger Things. Because when you meet Mothra in the beginning, it has that same the same setup.
Yeah, it's the same scene. I'm pretty sure they use the same set.
They do for the upside down when she goes into the goo or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? And then I just have to say, I know you have your grapes and stuff, but if I may add, the movie, I could not see a fucking thing.
Son of a...
I couldn't. It was so dark. And I'm like, oh, let me close my blinds.
You can't quite make out what it is.
And I'm like, so I close my blinds and I'm like, I'm in the darkness and I can't see a freaking thing because the cinematography was so bad and it's all rainy. Why does Godzilla have to be in the rain? Because it was that's what they did in 98. The whole thing was just dark and rainy. The monster movies, he's just in the sun, in the sky. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Let me see it. It was just terrible. I couldn't follow it. It was just a jumbled plot of trying to mix everything you can think of into these movies. There's no backstory and there's no I think out of 2 hours and 12 minutes, there has to be maybe 12 minutes of monsters and 12 minutes of monster fighting. If that. And then not to mention, spoiler alert, Ghidorah gets killed by Mothra, who is now the butterfly. It's actually turned into a moth. It's no longer the little caterpillar or whatever it was.
Larva.
Yeah, the larva. And the oxygen doesn't kill it, or the oxygen deprivation doesn't kill it.
Oxygen destroyer.
The nuclear warheads or whatnot doesn't kill it. But Mothra stabs it with its, what the fuck is it called?
Oh, your stinger.
Yeah, the stinger, and then it dies.
But it doesn't, because it shows up later to worship Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's another thing. There's I'm actually gonna get to a whole section.
Wait, Ghidorah didn't die from that? I thought it did.
Ghidorah was the 3-head.
Yeah, that's what it killed, right?
No. So
See, I couldn't-
Godzilla killed.
I couldn't see shit. That's what I'm saying. I
No,
couldn't
that
tell him
giant like lava monster got stabbed.
Oh, that's what that. See, it all looks
Yeah,
the same to me.
it died, but it didn't.
Shitty cinematography
Yeah.
and boredom.
With the ice, you know, I call it the ice scene. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They're in ice. So like 11 steals the orca, which is that computer thing, and they're like, "No, stop, wait." They're like standing there, like, "Give it back!" Like they're like doing that, and she's like, I don't know, 3 feet away.
Yeah, it's like Willy Wonka was like, "No, stop, don't."
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't
Like,
care.
hey, what are you doing? No more. Like that's what they're doing the whole time. I'm like, oh, fucking goddamn motherfuckers. Again with the ice scene, there's some scenes where it's like just endless.
Yeah. Oh, this was like a 30-minute scene.
Oh yeah, just overall, this is not even like this is just an example in the ice scene. The orca, right? As soon as you press one frequency, the Titans instantly react.
Yeah.
Within like the second,
Right.
it happens. Like, I'm gonna finish eating you, and then it's and it's like, huh? It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
makes no sense. Like you're like mid chew, and then you hear something and you just instantly stop. Like that doesn't like no.
Well, and help me understand if you can, because at the same time when this was all going on, all the other Titans were popping up all over the world, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But yet, like, if they're already responding, and maybe I missed something here, if they're already responding to it, why is, Lorraine Warren trying to get to Fenway Park to use the speakers and like broadcast the frequency to a larger...
That was 11 though. 11 did that.
Right, but that was her idea, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because 11 overheard her when she was talking to Tywin Lannister, who's a terrorist and just like murders people, and she's somehow okay with that.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. So that confused me too, because like everything was coming up and they were all reacting to it, and then I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Help me
confusing.
understand.
I can't make myself understand.
Can you help me understand?
Yeah.
Can you like, subscribe, and comment below,
And then I'll
tell me what the
understand.
hell I'm missing?
And then send money,
Yes.
please. The plane. So it's not a plane. It's like a VTOL. A
Yes.
VTOL is like the plane helicopter.
Yeah.
Thing. It crashed
Yes.
on the ice.
Yep.
About to fall into this like this abyss. I
Sure
guess you
did.
could call it. Yep. It's just kind of there. It's slowly going. All the people are getting out. Like people walking in it, it's like making it fall. Godzilla lands like within 10 feet of it. Boom! And the VTOL is just like there still. I'm like, oh my god. There's so much stupid stuff. Like I feel like they had ideas, but didn't like actually think about the ideas. There's other stuff too. Okay.
Another plane scene that really agitated me.
Yeah.
When Ice Cube Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When they're in their helicopter and they can't open the bay doors.
That scene pissed me off.
Yeah, it's right. Ron Livingston's fraternal twin, because I don't know his real name. He's like, I'll figure it out. It somehow smashes open, and then they fly the helicopter into the plane, and then it just like destroys the inside of the aircraft carrier, but yet the plane doesn't go down. Nobody dies. I don't know how that's possible.
Well, I don't see how that scene is possible in general, because how did that actually happen? The VTOL is damaged. So, one, it didn't show when it got damaged. So how did it get damaged? Two, if it was already damaged, why would you pile on like 15 families into it and then take off?
Yeah.
Also, with the damage, it's like flying along very slowly and like about to crash. They caught up within like 30 seconds of them and that giant plane going full speed.
Full speed ahead.
Like flying in this chase scene. And then they're like, we'll be there in 20 seconds. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening right now. Where is everything? Like, are they far away? Or did they do a loop? Is it slow actually? And the other thing's fast? Like, I don't understand. It really is. There's so many different, like, that's what I mean. It piles up. So everything is just confusing. Like, you're like, what is actually happening right now?
So damn dark,
It's-
you can't tell what the is going
It's
on.
all tiny little itty bitty details that they just flew right by.
Flew
No
right
pun
by.
intended.
Yeah.
They flew right by, and it just really like manipulates everything.
It does.
It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts.
It really
this
is.
fucking movie.
And you know what really like just set me over the edge? Just really set me over the edge, and I'm not even trying to be funny here.
Yeah.
Redid my bathroom.
11 is running through. She somehow figures out how to wire this thing to Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Okay, for one. Then she runs the streets of Boston while everything's being destroyed around her, and she's able to dodge. She doesn't have any of the superpowers carried over from Stranger Things, so she's just a natural human being. And she gets to her house, and the door is unlocked.
I wrote that.
You wrote that?
I wrote that.
Right?
Boston door unlocked.
Unlocked!
She just walks in.
First off,
Like,
who
Boston.
the fucking Boston has their door unlocked?
0 people.
Right? Like,
is-
subscribe, and comment below, and then Parker and I will make a visit.
and then send money.
Yeah, it's funny. and then it's like, not only is it on. Now, here's the thing. I can make an argument if they actually were in the home in the movie, but they're not.
No, it's just some
The
house. I'm
movie-
like, whose house is
Yeah,
this?
the movie starts with them in China.
Yeah.
Fucking China.
And then the dad is on like Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's like in a whole other state.
It's just like
Whole other
random house.
country, whole other state, and you just leave your home for an undefined amount of time, and it's not even like the house got damaged and she was able to break in. It was like she just strolls on in.
I know, you can see her open the door from the inside. The doorknob moves.
It's fucking so
And then she
stupid.
walks. I know.
Like, don't insult
that's
my,
another
not insult my intelligence.
Redid my bathroom?
I know, it's so many little things, and it pisses me off. I hate it.
It really ruined the Godzilla name for me.
Kind
Like,
of.
It really, it's just
They're
like,
like very strict about Godzilla, like in the real world.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can't take Godzilla's name. They're like, all right, well, you already like took a dump on it. I don't
Yeah.
know why you're like so worried about it. You're shit covered monster.
and I just have to say, you know who I blame for all of this?
Oh God,
I blame Disney.
is it Disney who owns it?
It's not a Disney movie, but I blame Disney because if it didn't approve of that freaking Marvel universe, nobody else would be trying to make all these universe films. And that because now what's happening
I know,
is
trying to compete.
yeah, it's just like you're trying so hard,
Mhm.
and it's not like the Marvel universe was all that great. There's like out of all those movies, maybe 3 of them or 4 of them that are relatively decent
Mhm.
or good.
Yep.
One of them really great.
Mhm.
The rest of them were just slogs.
And you're talking about Howard the Duck.
No, Howard the Duck is a classic.
Was fantastic.
It's-
Best Marvel movie ever.
For real. It's the very first Marvel movie ever made. You know what I mean? It's like, really.
Everything else sucks.
Yeah, it just
Howard
sucks.
the Duck is what you
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. I love that one, which we should do a podcast on that movie,
Howard the
not to
Duck.
digress, because that movie is
versus
amazing.
Chicken Little.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
Ooh.
a good
Oh,
one.
that'd be a good one. But anyways, as I was saying, it's like I blame Disney for giving the okay and then allowing that to happen because now everybody's trying to do it. And this gets so convoluted, it makes no sense.
Mhm.
And I know we keep saying that, but guys,
It's annoying.
it's annoying.
It's fear. Like, I can see how angry you are in your
I'm
eyes.
so fucking pissed, dude.
The sun's getting real
I-
low, Russell.
yeah.
The sun's getting real. Relax.
All right,
breathe.
all right, all right. All right, let me get there. I'm serious. I had to get my vasovagal nerve.
Lorraine Warren is
Yes.
on Zoom
I'm saving the world.
to Monarch, right? And she's just talking, explaining why she's doing this.
And if may I interject?
Hmm.
She's Thanos. I wrote that in my notes.
She's Thanos.
She's Thanos because she's releasing all of these creatures to destroy the world because not everybody's going to die, and she's trying to
We
cleanse
made
it.
the ultimate discovery in this movie. No
Yeah.
one realizes that Lorraine Warren is Thanos
Thanos.
in Godzilla.
That's what I'm saying.
Where this is like evil
Fucking Disney,
genius.
man. Ruining everything.
God damn it. Like, Thanos can't just be Thanos. You gotta make Lorraine Warren Thanos in the Godzilla universe.
Yeah,
It's
for
stupid.
real.
When she's on Zoom and she's talking to everyone at Monarch, she's like telling people who work at Monarch, she's like, there are Monarch bunkers everywhere. I recommend you take refuge. Again, like seconds before, well, like not seconds, but
Yeah.
right before she releases another monster, giving them no time to
No
do
time.
it. But she told Monarch where the Monarch bunkers are. hey Russell, you know your house is right here. Just so you know.
Yeah.
That's what she did. I'm like, this is like, oh my god, like, are you kidding me? Did they pay attention to their own lore in this movie?
No,
They didn't.
Not at all. I mean, and she like has no conscience until like later on. She like, I really thought that she was going to be forced to do all this stuff.
She's been pretty willing.
They don't connect the dots. Like, when she is in the main bunker in China,
Yeah.
right? Tywin Lannister comes in and kills everybody and then, like, kidnaps her in 11. And you think, oh, shoot, this woman is being, like, taken against her will, but they're actually in cahoots? But they never let it be. Like, they just have conversations. Like, it's one thing or another.
And also, like, the evil guy says, he's like, I call him the evil British guy. Cause
that's Tywin Lannister, if you ever watched Game of Thrones.
The guy says,
got shot while taking a dump by his son. Shot right in the heart with an arrow.
Jeez, all right. Anyway, he says, you came to me, remember? But that didn't happen in the movie. He came to her.
Yeah, unless...
I'm like, wait, when?
Yeah, unless she came to him off screen.
Again, you didn't see it, so you have to
know.
look so deep, and still it's vague. Like we are now, we're like looking deep into it, like trying to at least, and it still is not like fully answered. So you can't like solidly say that happened.
But you know what?
What?
Despite all its flaws, they still are making movies based off of this fucking series.
Yeah.
Like, you just said another one came out. I had no
two
idea.
other ones came out after
Two other
this.
ones came out.
So it's
and then
Godzilla.
there's another one coming out in like 27.
Yeah. No, Supernova, I think it's called.
Yeah, I
Supernova.
don't remember.
It's about Space Godzilla.
Fucking A.
Space Godzilla was an actual...
like, like, you ever hear the term jumping the shark?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's alluded to the fact of Happy Days, which was on for like 11 years.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where the Fonz was water skiing and literally jumped a shark. So that phrase, jump the shark, came from people being like, this has gone so far away from what it originally was.
Yeah.
So everything is jumping the shark.
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
say that, it means you've gotten far away from what it intended to be or originally was. Godzilla in space. Godzilla can't live in fucking space.
I don't know the lore, so I'm not gonna judge it now. It is a stupid name. They couldn't come up with another name. It's like, I don't know, he's in space and Space Godzilla. All right, that works for me.
I mean, you might
just
as well,
like they did the whole time during this movie.
Yeah,
they're just like,
whatever. I mean,
sure,
Jesus.
whatever makes you happy, man.
At
That's
that point, you better just have Jason Voorhees from Jason X or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Here comes Voorhees, Kong, Godzilla. Just bring the whole freaking loop.
And then Ed Warren shows up with his thing. He's like, whatever Elvis song he sang in Conjuring 2.
What?
I don't even know what the last thing I said. Oh yeah,
You're talking about space.
Yeah, I guess. And then there's Rodan. I don't know how they say it.
Yeah.
That volcano
yeah,
bird.
That thing's awesome.
I kind of like it too.
But you see it like.
But here's the thing.
Bitty.
Have you ever you've been in a hot tub before, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you got out of the hot tub, right?
Yeah.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
Yeah. This bird's crawling out of a volcano. I'm like, this bird would be cold.
Yeah.
No, that's not really a complaint. I'm like, wouldn't this bird be kind of cold? Love is, typically rendered as something that's hot.
Yeah.
And it's just like in the air. So wouldn't this thing that's like a temperature drop of the thousands of degrees.
Yeah.
And it's like just chilling, hanging out. It's like it's 50 degrees, or it's not 50 degrees. It's like 70 degrees in here, and then it dropped thousands of degrees all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling. We're hanging, literally chilling.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is like a fire monster volcano demon. So it probably has like something where it can just deal with any temperature, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I was really hoping that this was going to be a monster movie. And what it really kind of was like, as I said in the beginning, this much movie, this much monsters.
It's mostly that fire guy.
Yeah, and you don't really get you introduced me to Pacific Rim.
Mhm.
This movie very much tried to look like Pacific Rim.
A little bit, yeah.
And I was not a big fan of Pacific Rim. I enjoyed it for the kookiness that it was.
Yeah.
But, like, there was more action and fighting among those monsters in Pacific Rim than there was in a Godzilla
There's actual
movie.
fighting. It's like cool. These badass giant robots are like punching these things in the face.
And you're not quite worried about things because you know everything's going to work out okay, but you're like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't concerned for anybody. I knew 11 wasn't going to die. I
Does
knew
she
the
die
dad
in
wasn't going to.
anything?
Yeah, what's that?
Does she die in anything?
No, I
Even
know,
when she
right?
does die, she doesn't.
The mom, like, sacrifices herself, but even then, I don't think you actually
You don't see
die.
it. That's another thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it
don't
never
see
shows.
her
She's
die.
like, long live the king.
Long live the king.
And then she does that to the camera, and then nothing else happens. It's like Godzilla's walking.
So stupid. And, like, who named him the king? And then, like, Mothra's the queen. Oh, this was something I wrote in my notes. They somehow throw in a bestiality joke in there, how they condone bestiality. Because he was like, Godzilla's the king, and then here's Mothra, the queen. And the guy was like, he was in all these commercials a long time ago, and he played Dwight Schrute's brother in The Office. But, like, he sat there and he was like, well, symbiotic relationships among species, like, there's nothing new. And I'm like, where I don't know this.
Yeah.
I don't.
As we know,
yeah.
this happens. No, I don't.
I mean, maybe the platypus is like the only thing that I know of.
The platypus.
But like, other than that, I was like, do we really have to? And then when Rodan came out of the volcano, Ron Livingston's fraternal twin says, "Oh, they're coming out, and they're coming out hot, and that means they only need one of three things. They want food, fight, or something more intimate."
That means it's coming for food, a fight, or something more intimate.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are we sexualizing these reptilian beasts? That just, no, we don't need.
This movie is a furry movie.
I don't know if you would call that a furry. What would you call that?
I don't know.
I'll have to Google that. I don't know what the reptilians.
Amphibian. It's not that bird's an amphibian.
Either way, and I have
Let's
nothing
call it
against furries, to each their
No,
own.
it's just this movie is just a furry movie.
Really, for me,
there's nothing we can do about it.
Nothing. It just
It's not our choice. We don't make the rules. Just enforce them.
Well, I just think, like, if you're going to make jokes, right?
Yep.
Make them funny, and make them not so out there.
Yeah, like Eric from Billy Madison is in this.
Yes, yeah, Bradley Whitford.
I call him Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
We have 11. We have Eric. We have Lorraine Warren, and we have whoever's brother
who can only speak in sarcasm.
Hope you got a big wrench.
Yeah,
Which
I know.
annoys
I'm
the
like,
hell out of
this
me.
guy is like, I know he's like pissing me
Yeah.
off. I'm like, as Eric,
Yeah.
all right, it's kind of
For real.
Eric, but this is not Eric. This is some guy. He kind of looks like Eric because he is, but it's just like everything he says. Everything he says, I'm just rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, it's going to be a bad day to be a Red Sox fan. After, like, he said something very vague before that.
Yeah.
You got about 12 minutes before it goes thermonuclear. What do you mean? I'm saying in about 12 minutes, it's going to be a bad day to be a Red Sox fan. What do you mean?
He's like, oh, there's going to go blah, blah, blah. And then, what does that mean? If it's going to be a bad day to be a Red Sox fan.
Right.
What does that mean,
What is it?
guy?
Come
Come on.
He doesn't really know what it is to be a Red Sox fan because it's always a bad day to be a Red Sox fan.
Jeez. All right, now we have haters.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
I say that out of love, man. It's the same thing as being like a Bruins fan. I know you're not much of a sports guy.
No, but I support New England.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
a
But
New
it's those
Englander.
things where, like,
I'm from New England. You're not.
Yeah, they're right. I'm not from New England, so I can hate on
I'm
all
from
I
Match
want.
Vegas.
But anyways, yeah, it's just, I don't know. There was not a single person that I cared about. I just wanted some, not even mindless, but I just wanted some type of fight. And why is Godzilla fighting for the humans? Why is he not fighting the humans? And I don't understand the monster battles at the end. It just seemed very contrived. And then people start bowing to him. That's not what happens.
I know. That's
like
like
not Godzilla.
Yeah, and then he He flies into space, which will happen now. But
Fucking stupid. For real. I know. and then it abruptly ends.
yeah.
I
I know. There's like I feel like there's no
up.
conclusion
Yeah.
with some of these characters I don't care about, which no big deal.
And then you know what they do?
what? What do they
The
do?
worst part of this fucking film, they add the song Godzilla to the credits, which is a remake.
Yeah,
Shit version
It's not the
of the
original.
Blue Oyster Cult classic
Which is way
Godzilla.
better.
Way better. So you can't even give me that. You got to give me some gent
I
style.
can't
And
have
nothing wrong.
one
Nothing against gent.
I can't have one motherfucking thing in this goddamn stupid fucking movie.
Like, you know, I was like watching the movie and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do the cliche ending of like, you know what I really liked about this movie? The ending when the credits came up. I can't even fucking say that.
Yeah, I know.
Because you ruined the song. Throw in the.
oh my god,
it.
that was loud.
That was
Actually,
loud, I'm sorry.
jeez.
I feel very passionate about my films, and it's just one of those things where, like, I'm sitting here, and I love this podcast, and I love what we're doing. I just did not love this movie. Although, I have to say, I'm glad that I didn't just watch the movie, because I knew I would be able to vent about it, and I knew that this would be a safe space.
I feel actually better.
I
Like I
do too.
detoxify.
Yeah. I feel like very, very nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, we probably should have recorded this one first.
Yeah?
And, you know, ended on a high note. But you know what? We're going to end on a high note because the movie's over. And we never have to watch it again.
Yeah. Except for maybe when I'm like cleaning.
Maybe.
And then I'll put it on and hear like...
Not me. You know what? I think what I'll do is I will make my children watch that movie as punishment.
Yeah, lock them in a cage
Yeah, I
and
will
put that
just-
movie on in all directions of the cage.
That's it.
This is a positive, nice
Yeah.
thing. I'm going to torture my children.
I'm going to do the...
I can't wait.
I know you haven't seen this movie, and that's on the list of things for me to show you, is I'm going to add the attachment, so it's a Clockwork Orange, and make them watch it.
Yep.
So, Lily, Lewis, don't piss me off. That's all I'm going to say. I
There's-
feel really bad that we haven't said a single positive about this movie.
I tried to at the beginning.
You did.
It didn't...
Didn't
Again,
last
I
long.
don't really care about that, though.
I'll tell you one thing that I really like.
I was actually going to ask you that. I'm like, what is something you actually like?
I liked the blue fire that came out of Godzilla. That was a very pretty blue.
Great, all right.
and
that
I thought,
that.
and I thought, you know, but the thing is the CGI was so bad. Like, Godzilla looks stunted. Like, it's face...
On top of it being CGI, I mean, CGI is already not something
Yeah.
I like.
But, like, the Godzilla from... Because if I remember, there was another Godzilla in, like, 13 that came out. So this has nothing to do with the other one,
Yeah, that's
right?
the first one. Isn't that the first one for this?
I thought there was, like,
There's-
two different ones that came out.
2014. I don't know.
2014. Okay, I
Maybe.
remember Bryan Cranston
There's a
was
lot
in
of
one.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
2014 one.
That's the-
yeah, that's,
that's
the one
the
for
first
this
one for
universe.
this. Okay.
First
Yeah.
movie in this universe.
Gotcha. And so I just feel like Godzilla just looked very smushed, and it looked very, I don't know, condensed.
It looks
I
like.
guess.
Do you know what mewing is?
No.
It's like when you're like trying to show off your jawline and like your facial features that are all sharp, like big lips and sharp cheekbones. It looks like Godzilla's mewing. Like you gotta look up mewing.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
look
like,
it
have
up.
you seen the new season of Stranger Things? Season
Yes.
5? It's like 11 in that, how she's like,
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
that's what it looks like Godzilla's
Gotcha.
doing. He's
Like,
got like these,
yeah.
like, it's like they're trying to make him look handsome or something.
I know. I don't need Godzilla to look handsome.
He needs to be like terrifying. He needs to be a bad guy. Again, he's not
Yeah.
a bad guy. He's just a guy. He's just, he's Godzilla. He's got a handsome face. He's like handsome Squidward a little.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Okay, pause it. Ken Watanabe. I don't think there's anything I've seen. He's been in a lot of bad stuff.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever seen him be bad in stuff.
No, he was actually, I think, literally the only character that was good.
Yeah.
I liked his character.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
Ken
he is.
Watanabe. You are good, sir. If you're watching.
No,
you are
I did like his character. He was like a likable guy in
Yeah.
that movie. I'm like, this guy's
Yeah.
cool, because he's just like, he seems like this very like honorable dude. Like, he's just like everyone loves him.
Carries that with him. Like,
Yeah.
everywhere in like every movie he's in and every interview I see him in. And I know I mentioned her earlier, but CCH Pounder, the head of that in
Yeah.
that courtroom, she is just awesome. Like I've never seen her in anything substantial as a role. But when she comes on the screen, I just feel like, yes, ma'am. Like I'm at attention. So I thought I was going to get a lot more CCH Pounder. And I'm really just disappointed that I didn't.
Yeah. This movie's a gift that keeps on giving.
and I think, Millie Bobby Brown is a good actress, and I feel like, they even made her do like an 11 type move. There's literally a scene where she runs and she has her hand and she's like, ah!
Oh yeah. Ah, she's like screaming at Ghidorah.
And I'm like,
is Ghidorah gonna now start like flying around?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. This movie would do that.
It would. Like, it's gonna be like, oh, she did the Stranger Things thing.
Yeah.
And then like people will come
that's the whole
flocking.
point of it. Yeah.
They said, let's take every monster we can think of, every monster that people love, and let's just throw it in a movie, and we'll figure out the plot afterwards. It was kind of like they filmed the movie and then wrote the script afterwards.
Yeah, it's like, kind of. It just ruins everything.
Everything.
It just ruins everything because now nothing means anything.
Right. And like Godzilla's supposed to be one tough mother, and he's a bitch in this.
That's actually a big thing I want to talk about. I know we've been going for a while, but real quick. When Godzilla gets hit by that oxygen destroyer, when he's fighting Ghidorah in like the ocean.
Oxygen destroyer.
He fights for like 30 seconds, like you said, and then he dies. So flatlines. He is dead. He's no longer living. His heart is not pounding. His heart is not pumping.
Can I interject real quick? Why didn't we even see the fight? We literally just saw the heartbeat on the monitor. Like, what a waste.
I know.
It's like a South Park joke.
I know. They got lazy at that part. And then he's alive.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. That's like my least favorite part of this
Yeah.
movie. Godzilla, he dies. He's dead.
Yeah.
You can't cure death.
Yeah. It's not like Dragon Ball Z where like you're like borderline death and you go in the tank and you revive. Like,
no, he died.
He died.
He's dead.
He
like even in Rick and Morty, the TV show, like if someone dies, you can't like bring that person back.
Yeah.
If Rick dies, he can come back. But it's like some other dude.
Yeah.
If he dies, he's like can't cure
you.
death.
I'm not a doctor.
In that sci-fi, you can do anything movie.
Yeah.
Or that show, you can do anything. But you can't bring back that. You can't bring back someone who's dead.
Yeah.
This movie brings back Godzilla after he dies. He is dead. And then somehow he goes to Hollow Earth, which they're very like nonchalant about. They're like, we're in Hollow Earth. I knew it. Yeah. All right, and that's it. Okay. And then it just keeps going, right? They send in what's his name to blow up the thing after pressing 1.
Yep.
And then it blows up. The submarine is escaping, so it's escape. There's one scene or one shot right next to another shot. So the first shot is the submarine is leaving, and it's like the camera's here, or the camera's where my face is, and it's like leaving this way, right? So you can see it. The explosion happens. The next shot, the submarine is in a completely different area in the ocean. Completely different. And then the explosion comes out that way. It's like they had two different shots or scenarios where they could have put like that where the explosion's gonna happen. And then they just did both. Like, I can't pick one or the other, so just one and then the other. And it's like, that is so stupid. I feel like they had their heads up their asses when they made this movie. Or it's just like they just scrambled it up and then just put it in that order, whatever random order was scrambled. But it was so stupid, and I didn't understand it at all.
And you said the first one came out in 14.
Mm-hmm.
This came out in 19. You had 5 years to develop this story.
Yeah. And it was horrible.
Horrible.
So terrible. Every single way. And then the bad guy, just to speed things up, the bad guy was he ever a bad guy? I feel like he took very little part in this movie. Also, he was like, all right, we'll get out of here. And then he leaves. He's no longer the bad guy. I'm like, you were the worst bad guy I've ever seen in any movie ever. You were so like lazy about everything. You didn't even do anything.
He's a terrorist. He shoots everybody. He gets the orca thing. 11 puts it in the stadium after she overhears through this intercom where her mom and Tywin Lannister are doing their thing.
Yeah.
And then she holds him up at gunpoint and he says, we have what we need. And that's it. Yeah, you're right.
And then he's gone. And then nothing happens. What did he do? He didn't actually do anything. The lady, I feel like Lorraine Warren, did all of the work. How is this guy even a character? This guy wouldn't have, like, I swear to God, if he wasn't in the movie would be the exact same.
Yeah,
Nothing would
she
change.
didn't need him because he didn't hold the daughter hostage.
Nope.
He didn't hold her hostage.
Nope.
He didn't.
Apparently, Lorraine went to him,
Yeah.
which what they say, but didn't happen. But it
Yeah.
seems like she had motivation to do it anyway. So he didn't initiate all this.
No. Yeah.
So I'm like, there's so much shit. And then on top of that, after the larva of Mothra becomes a moth, it's just a glowing ball of light for every scene except for one.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was like I wrote it in my notes of like the Mothra angel scene. Oh, so beautiful. It's this light.
It's like a sun with wings.
And then like you don't see any of its beauty. But you watch the old puppets that they made back in the day, and Mothra's a beautiful moth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so much. There's so much.
It's
wrong with this
interesting
movie.
to me, Parker, that we have been going at this for almost 57 minutes.
57. Oh.
57.
This is one of our longer ones.
Yeah.
It's based on hate.
And like, it really disturbs me that we could probably go another 57 continuing to piss them out about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think let's try to end on a positive note.
All right, we'll try.
Godzilla, King of Monsters, cast, crew. You did the best with what you had. And that, you made a movie and we have not.
Yeah, I guess.
I give you credit. However,
you made a movie someone likes.
Yeah. However, if I was to be in a movie, I'm glad I'm not in that one.
Yeah. I'd be embarrassed. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, that would be one where I would give up my acting dream for. Although my positivity went negative. With that,
I'm going to try to end on a positive by not being positive or negative. I'm going to be indifferent.
Okay.
So I'm going to give the score. I'm going to talk about how, I don't like or dislike this movie. I don't hate the movie. I don't hate it with all my heart. There are plenty of movies I absolutely hate. I don't hate this one. I'm very indifferent. If I have nothing else to watch and maybe I'm doing something else, like I said, I'll put it on. I have no, I don't have, a thing against it where I just never watching this again. I might. But, whatever. It's fine. It's just, it's very good at being very mindless, which is what we need sometimes. We need a mindless, stupid, makes no sense movie that we just need on while we're doing something. I can't do stuff in silence. I need to have something on, so I might just put that movie on, whatever. It's very good to be mindless, and you know exactly what's happening, even when you're not watching it, like we mentioned. There are so many small annoyances, which is another reason to not actually pay attention to it. If you don't pay attention, these small annoyances don't really get to you. And it's just, it's all right. It's very mid. So my score, it was 5.5, but I think I got to give it a lower score. I think I really do. 4.9.
All right.
I'm going to give it a 4.9, which now, this insane budget movie is the lowest scored movie after we did the highest scored movie, which is significantly less what's the right word? It's there's less put into that.
Yeah.
Less put into Puff and Stuff, and it's somehow better than this.
It is a lesson learned that simplicity sometimes is best. Less is more. As a therapist,
yeah. Also, you don't need a ton of money.
You don't need a ton of money. You need, and also, seriously, HR Puff and Stuff, Dragon, Godzilla, Dragon Dinosaur type thing. I think Puff and Stuff beats Godzilla in the Dragon category,
which is not what you would expect.
Not what you would expect.
I was expecting to completely have these reversed. I was expecting to not like that very much.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it, and I never really liked this. So it's weird. It really is. It's weird. It's the exact opposite of what people would think when watching this.
Well,
it's funny. I don't know. Also, one more thing.
Yes,
quick.
let's add it.
I know. But this is the last thing I want to talk about. When 11 comes back to life, which she somehow comes back to life for no reason, she's wheezes alive after no one does anything. Their daughter's dead. They're looking at her. And it's and then she comes back to life, and then she turns around with her mouth wide open, and then dirt flies into it. I'm oh wow, nice. You can just see how CGI that dirt is. Seriously. Which is what I want to end on, her dirt-filled mouth that she didn't realize was dirt because it's CGI dirt. This whole movie is shot in front of a green screen with 11 running around in circles.
It's so hard, man. It's so hard. But I'll tell you, I did not like the movie at all. I think a 4.9 is very gracious. But I did enjoy this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast as well. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out the All Movied Up merch. All right. I got the back. I think I stood up last time in the last video. Hope you can see it with a logo in the back. Made to order. I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
Yeah, if you order one, you want one, we'll order for you.
We got you, man. Let us know. Like, subscribe, comment. Wish you all something there. Parker, take us away.
We're all movied out. We'll see you later.
Peace.